Hey guys, shadowjakker here. This is kind of a complaining video. Let's see about because I've already talked to the guy that I got Sora from, and the guy said that he said I'm really sorry for the inconvenience and everything, and I haven't said what went wrong. Um, as you can see here, the Sora figure looks good and everything. But the only thing is that what bugs me is that in the first video, his arms are really stiff. But I have been messing with him, and his arms are just like floppy. I mean, look at him. I know you're supposed to put the Keyblade in this hand, but I mean, are you really gonna hold the Keyblade with an open hand? Like his hand is like this, so it's just gonna stick there. Like that's not gonna work. So you got to use his left hand, which is actually closed. You can fit the Keyblade in the other hand, but the only thing is that you can see that his arms are just like floppy. I mean, just look at it. Like if I were to put his arm up like this, see, just falls. Right now I am not happy. He's like, would you care to put the item back in the box and ship it back to me? And I'm like, are you serious? I have to pay for shipping again, which means it's going to cost me more for his inconvenience, and I'm sick of getting broken toys. I mean, he's not broken, but I mean, if I were to put the Keyblade in the other hand, he can't even hold it up. Like, the arms have to be tight. I mean, Square Enix doesn't really care about the cog joints or anything. They don't really care about anything. Um, what they should care about is the like joints and everything. Not, I mean, why would they make these awesome figures with with problems? I mean, they don't. They fixed the problem where Sora had these baggy pants where he actually can move his legs and stuff. That's the part I like, but I know he's just been broken out of the box and everything. I mean, not broken out of the box. I mean, he's been broken like where I can, get him to move and be able to just move, because Roxas is, I know he's my broken figure, but I mean, I fixed him. But the only thing is about him, he is a little more, movable. Like, you can just move him around and there's no problem. And his arms, at least he has a little more muscle than Sora. I mean, Sora has these little sticks, his arms, little sticks. Like, he doesn't have, like, any muscle at all. And he has these ginormous hands, but then these little sticks, his arms. And he can't even hold the Keyblade up, because that's how heavy it is. It's the decisive pumpkin Keyblade. Look at this. He can't even hold it up. Now that's what ticks me off. So this bumps this figure down, just including the upper part. The upper part sucks. This this part about Sora is not cool. This part about Sora is just the detail on the feet and everything. This is how it looks just from the game. Of course, he's a cool figure and all, but you can't really do anything for stop motions for these guys. I mean, most people use them for stop motions, but you can't do anything just looking at him. I mean, his arms are just like butter. I mean, look at this. He can't even hold a Keyblade. Like, oh yeah, you can get it like this, but if you're going to do this, it's not going to go from here to here. You want it to be able to advance movement. Like the other figures, I mean, Roxas is able to hold the Keyblade in any position that I get him to. Sora can't do anything for some reason, because it's just they made him more weaker. And he's not supposed to be like this. Like, I can just tell. I mean, it just it's not working for some reason. It's just getting mad at me. It's just, I mean, jeez. And I fixed the problem where he can actually twist his joint now. It's probably really messed up in there now that I've tried to fix it. Not knowing that that's messed up. I mean, probably when the guy gets this figure back, he's going to be like, oh, it's not broken or anything. It's not about that. It's about the way people don't understand that I want them to be able to open the figure up, which they probably can't, but I want them to be able to open up and check to see if everything's good, because they don't understand. They just send you the figure without any care. They're just like, oh yeah, here you go. You're just like, oh yeah, cool. You're messing around with it, and then you put the Keyblade in his hand and everything, and what do? Not working. I started to take pictures of the stop motion and everything, and it did not work out for some reason, and he's just not working out. I just wish that they could make this an easier way where stop motion, I mean, things can be easier with these Kingdom Hearts figures. I mean, because these Kingdom Hearts figures are pretty sick figures. I mean, like, looking at them is just amazing. Like, you can put these on stands and, like, how they are, just, like, looking at them. I mean, I don't play with this. I just wanted to make a really cool stop motion picture out of this, but you know, just things haven't been working out. I mean, he's brand new out of the box, no scratches, no anything. I put him back in the box last night because I was like, wow, this is a sad because whenever I just get a figure, I open him up and he's got the worst of problems. This always happens to me. Just happening to me. I don't know why this happens to me. For some reason, it's not luck. It's just out of curiosity why figures always have a problem when I get one. It just stinks. I mean, my favorite Keyblade is like freaking heavier than every other Keyblade that I have because this huge mental plastic up here. It's just weak. It's the weak part down here, and then it's heavier up here. So you can't. It's not any Keyblade where you can actually do anything with it. It's just ugh. I give it a 3. I give it a 3 or 2 now. You can get it if you want to, but I mean, I recommend if you want to get it, but make sure you tell the seller or where you get it. Tell them to ask them, may I please open this up and then retape it, just to see. I mean, they're probably not going to let you, but I mean, just to see if the figure would be okay, because I mean, I probably would have gotten a better figure when at that store yesterday, because I saw 2 of them and I'm like, wow, I could have just got it there. But anyway, now that I just got him through the mail, he looks like the Japanese version with weak arms. I mean, his arm can hold up like, this, but they just fall. They don't stand. They don't do anything. This is what ticks me off. I just wish that his hands could have been more, just a little more, ugh. And the Keyblade does not stay in his right hand, so I have to use the left hand, which makes it more floppier. And about the Roxas figure, I just basically super glued the figures into his hand because all of those things in his hand broke because I couldn't deal with it anymore. They were just really ticking me off. Like, you see how Halo Reach figures are made? They're made more clearly, which doesn't, involve having to be a pain with figures. I mean, just the way Halo Reach figures are made, they're much more easier. This is an action, like, more of a sword kind of figure. I mean, I know most people just use these guys, just for just stance and, other stuff, but I want to be able, yawn. Sorry about that. I'm always yawning in my videos. Alright. I just wish that he could have a better, just figure-wise. I mean, I thought this was going to be one of the coolest Sora figures because the Sora figures they haven't made a Sora figure that hasn't had plastic. I mean, like, thick where he can actually move his legs around and be flexible and, move around as Sora is instead of the plastic figure where he's got plastic, clothing where he can't even move his legs, but they gave him strong arms, to move around him. But, just the number one thing, Roxas is the most abundant figure to get. He would be the most abundant because I can't rely on figures like this to do what I want them. As you can see in the light, look at his little bony arms. Like, I mean, seriously, this is not cool. I mean, he can't even hold something up. I mean, he probably can't even hold his own arm up. Just how much the joints are really bad. I mean, they're not tight. They're just really wobbly. They're moving left to right. I mean, you can see them moving back and forth here. I mean, look at this. You can just see how wobbly they are, how twisty, cruddy. They're like little sticks, as I said earlier. They're just little sticks, and it's really poor quality in the arms. Just saying, really poor quality. Great quality in the legs, because I know he's got this cover here, but you can move them back and forth, like, as far as you can. Like, seriously, you can actually move them, like, way up here, and still get the articulation in the foot, as well as the back of his legs, which the other Kingdom Hearts figures can't do. The other Kingdom Hearts figures can't move their legs back as far as the Sora can, because they have that block at the back to stop them from moving their legs back. But this Sora can do that, which I'm happy, because he's the coolest looking, just black Sora. Emo. Not emo, I mean just cool looking Sora. Sad face. If you're watching this video, I give this figure first 5 out of 5 for detail and articulation wise, but For detail, I give him about maybe... For detail, I give him a 5 out of 5 because he's the Japanese version. Another, for articulation, 3 or 2 out of 5 because of his arms, breaking that down. But the legs are cool. It'd be sculpt, perfect. Everything else is perfect except for the arms. Now, I don't want to go through the whole entire process of sending this back to him, which is going to suck. Because I have to send this all the way back and then wait for the, wait maybe about a whole entire week just for it to send it, and I know that's going to fly by, but it's a pain. It's just a big pain. So, and plus I'm going to have to pay shipping now for this guy's mistake because of his dumb, quality in his figures. And, I mean, it's probably this gay guy at his store who doesn't check his figures. I mean, if I'm going to have a store, I am going to be able to check the figures if I get a stock in. Not figures that have an open box like Sora and Kingdom Hearts figures. These are the kind of figures you want to check. Same with Halo figures, but you can't because you have to rip them open. That's the bad thing, because they have them sealed in there because they're sticky. But this is different because you can actually just clip the tape and then just pull it out. That's basically all you do. Those are the easy ones to open, except for them ones to open up as. But anyway, you can see that I'm having trouble with his arms. I don't want to send him back. It's not that I'm going to be using him. I mean, I was probably just going to end up keeping him in the box because there's no use for him. There's really is no use for paying $30 for a figure that can't even keep his arms up. It's pretty pointless anyway. I feel that the Keyblade's about to break as well because of how much, just of how they make them. It's just... but anyway, I'll see you guys later, and this is Sora.